Gino King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. Yes, we back here talking about the PBC, Gervonta Tank Davis canceling his fight with Lamont Roach. Man, what does this tell us about PBC and Gervonta Tank Davis? All the annex and everything that's been going on the past few months, from the weird press conference they had here about a month ago with Lamont Roach, and how cheaply it was. I mean, this is starting to say a lot about the PBC and what's going on with Al Heyman and those guys right now. It kind of makes you wonder, is PBC going broke? We haven't seen PBC like this. Al Heyman is nowhere to be found. And my question, is PBC going broke? My opinion on it is I think they are. I think PBC is going broke. They're not able to pay these fighters the big budget like Gervonta, and those $30-40 million fights. I think that might be over with for PBC. It just doesn't seem likely that they're able to put on big shows anymore, especially with these big budgets. And here in the future, you're finna see a lot of fighters going towards the way of Turkish Ali. I think Turkey Ali is finna take over boxing. I said this in the past. He has the money, he has the power to do it, and eventually guys like Canelo, Gervonta Tank Davis, Crawford, Benavidez, all of those guys are gonna be right over there with Turkey Ali. Errol Spence, if Errol Spence comes back, because he has the money to be able to pay these fighters, and he has the money to be able to put on a show. He can probably get these fighters in the ring 2 or 3 times a year. If he's paying these fighters $30 and $40 million 2 to 3 times a year, man, you think they're not gonna sign a contract with Turkey Ali? Come on. We know that, and just for Gervonta Tank Davis to cancel this fight against Lamont Roach, this seesaw back and forth thing they got going on, it screams we don't have the money to put this fight on right now. So Gervonta talking about retirement, this and that. You know why he wants retirement, right? Because the money in boxing ain't right now. It ain't right now. Floyd Mayweather came through boxing and cleaned up. He cleaned house. He took all the money in boxing. And the young up-and-coming fighters, all the young up-and-coming fighters, they want to be like Floyd, come in boxing, flashy, and get $100 million fight days, and Floyd's took all the money, man. Showtime got out of boxing. PBC having money issues. Golden Boy, Top Rank, hanging on by a string. And I don't blame Floyd though. That's good for him. He was supposed to do that. But everybody must know, especially the young and up and coming fighters, they must know that they're not gonna come through and do what Floyd did. They're not gonna be able to get those big paydays like that every fight, like Floyd did. And I just think that right now, boxing is suffering as far as financial, as far as let's see, the guys like PBC, Top Rank, Golden Boy, all those guys are suffering right now. And it's starting to show with these shows, these press conferences they're putting on with Gervonta Tank Davis. These guys are fighting literally like once every year and a half, probably because they don't have a budget to be able to pay these big fighters, these big draws. Like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo wants $40 million. His opponent is at least gonna want $5 million. You think PBC has the money to put on a show like that? I don't think so. I really don't. So this is gonna be huge for the future. Like, what is PBC gonna do? Is PBC gonna be able to climb back to the top like they once were? Or are they gonna crumble and they may have to get with Turkey Ali? Al Heyman, those guys, they want to keep all their money in-house, but boxing is changing. We're starting to see the best fight the best. And that's what the fans are gonna start to pay for. Only those fights. We keep seeing these fights like Davis versus Lamont Roach. Come on. Boxing is going to continue to suffer if they keep making these kind of fights like this. Everybody knows Gervonta is going to knock this guy out, but they want people to pay money for a pay-per-view to watch this fight. Those days are over with. You're not going to have too many fighters come along like a Mayweather. Mayweather could have fought a taxi cab driver and people were going to pay just to see him lose. I don't think anybody is thrilled to see anybody lose like they were thrilled to see Mayweather lose. I just don't think there's no fighters right now that, of course they would like to see Gervonta and those guys lose, Bud Crawford lose. Of course, but people aren't going to pay for it. They wanted to see Mayweather lose bad, so they were going to pay for it. So I think PBC, like I said, I think they're in trouble right now. I think they're going to have issues here in the future, and we're starting to see it right now. And the competition level and just, the putting the fight off to April. First it was in December, then February, now it's in April. Come on. That's not stability in the boxing world for a promotion to be bouncing around like that. And for your number one fighter at the moment, supposedly to be the face of boxing, talking about retirement. He's talking about retirement because the money isn't right. If Gervonta Tank Davis has to go down to fight for $5 to $10 million or $10 million to fight Lamont Roach, that's, he's taking a pay cut. Davis is taking a pay cut if he's going that route. So they're going to have to do something. I think the days of PBC and Al Heyman in boxing are coming to an end. So just, you got to establish and put in the factor that a guy wants $50 million to fight. His opponent is going to want at least $5. So that's $55 million right there. And they got to get the arena and all this other promotional stuff. So they got to make sure they make their money back. And if it's not a huge fight or a mega fight, man, some of these people are probably scared to invest their money, not knowing if they're going to get their money back. So trust me, if boxing was paying off for the promoters like it once was, it would be a lot more promoters, I think, in boxing. But these guys want these $50-60 million paydays. It's not gonna happen. Mayweather came through and took all the money in boxing, and people want to repeat it, but it's not gonna happen again like that. We might not ever see that again. You know what? We may see it again if Turkey Ali is in the picture. But I told y'all like 6 months ago, Turkey Ali is finna come through and take over boxing. And I think he's starting his takeover now, putting on all these good shows. PBC hadn't put on a show since when? Since what, September? They haven't put on a show in forever. So it's going to be very interesting to see what pops off in the next few months with PBC, if this Gervonta Tank Davis fight happens, if it doesn't. But there are clear signs that PBC is probably about to go out of business. They're in trouble right now. And Gervonta, Canelo, all those guys are going to be right over there with Turkey Ali here in a minute. Mark my word. But, hey, this is Gino King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.